today I'm going to talk about my favorite foundation. So here are my all favorite foundation. I have mostly high-end foundation, but I have few drugstore foundation also, which I truly love. And most of the time I use only drugstores because those two foundations are my super favorite and gives me a very fine and skin-like finish, and also gives me a matte finish. When I talk about foundation, I really don't like very cakey foundation. I like my makeup to be very skin like. I'm okay if my imperfections and freckles and few spots are visible, because that's what I like. I like a very skin like natural makeup. I do apply foundation only when I'm shooting and sometimes during events. Otherwise usually I don't apply foundation. I only apply compacts, or I just apply my skincare and go out. That's all. I'm not like a very heavy makeup person. I like a very skin like finish. So these foundations are those foundation which gives you a very good coverage and also gives you a skin like finish, and it doesn't feel heavy on your skin. So these are my top foundations that I'm going to talk about today. So let's start with the first one. The first one I have here is a Bobbi Brown foundation. I'll leave a price. I'm not sure, it's something around 5,000 or 5,500. This is called a skin finish foundation. This is how it looks like. I absolutely love their packaging, very minimalist, and this gives you medium to full coverage. It's buildable, so if you want more coverage you can just apply more. The consistency of this foundation is not very thick and not very thin, so it is almost like a very light foundation. This is the shade that I use. It's a bit light because I bought it online. I would prefer one shade darker, but this is the shade I have, which is called Sand N032. I also have a travel pack mini in this. So this is my first one. The second one is also a high-end product. This is also around 5,000 or 6,000, I don't know. This is a Gala foundation. So this has a very different kind of finish. It has a very gluey kind of finish, and it gives you like a little glowy texture. It's also for every day, so you can wear it every day. It also gives you a skin like finish. You can always build. So these are all full coverage foundations that I'm talking about. It gives you natural glow. Shade that I'm using is 02C. The third one is also a high-end foundation, MAC, of course. I started my makeup with MAC. I started my makeup journey with MAC. MAC is my all-time favorite, and I'm like totally obsessed with MAC products. So this is a Studio Fix with SPF 15 foundation. It's a full coverage foundation. It gives you a super full coverage and also gives you a little bit of glow, and it gives you a skin like finish again. For full coverage, if you're not happy with one layer of foundation, you can always build. So I'm not going to say it again and again because all these foundations are going to give you that buildable texture. So the shade here is NC25. I also have a little lighter shade and darker shade. Sometimes I mix and match, but this is the shade if I have to apply only one shade. The next one is MAC Studio Waterlight. Now this is not a full coverage foundation. I have got this foundation for my body. So for my body, sometimes I don't do a body makeup a lot. I don't feel I need it. Only when I'm like it's like a hardcore shoot and all, that glam shoot, then only I use body makeup. And for body I use this foundation, which is a water weight foundation. It gives you a very thin water like finish. So the applicator is like this. It comes with a dropper applicator, so you just throw it on your body and sponge it or brush it all over. It's quite easy and quick to apply on your body. You can also use it like your face foundation. It is a face foundation, but I use it like body. I use it for body, so that's my choice really. So this is the foundation because I feel for skin it is too thin and runny. so that's why I prefer using it for body. I had bought it for my face, but I didn't quite like it on my face because it was a very runny and it didn't give me that even skin tone. Probably it will suit you guys, but for face, but for me, I prefer using it for my body. Next up is my favorite Clinique foundation. Of course, I love Clinique brand so much as I like MAC, but when it comes to skincare, when it comes to luxury, I love Clinique. So this is my Clinique foundation. It's Clinique Even Better Foundation, SPF 15. It also has SPF. I think all this foundation has SPF 15. So this is how it looks like. Shade that I use is WN12. So this is my shade. Then this one is the next one, which is again a luxury foundation. It is Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation Play in Place Makeup. It also has SPF 10 and the shade that I wear is 2W2 Ratan. Absolutely light on the skin, gives you skin-like texture and also covers your all imperfection. So it's buildable again, and look at the luxury bottle. It's absolutely luxury. So the next two foundation are my favorite foundation. Again, I mean, I cannot compare any one of this, but these two foundations are not high-end. These are not so expensive, very inexpensive product, but I use them most of the time these days. So the first one is from Kiko Milano. It's a full coverage 2-in-1 foundation. This has a concealer, so it's that's why it's known as 2-in-1, because it has foundation and concealer, so you don't need concealer. It gives you so good coverage, I can't even tell you, and still it gives you that skin-like finish. It has the reason I love this foundation is the applicator. Apart from all the things that I mentioned, look at the applicator. It is so easy to apply. You just apply it all over your face and then dab it with a sponge. I absolutely love this foundation. I got it as a PR. I never used it, but one day I thought of giving it a try, and then I didn't stop using this foundation. It is absolutely amazing, you guys. The shade is N40 that I'm using. So you can always try this foundation if you don't want to, go for the high-end one. This is good, guys. Absolutely amazing. And the next top, this foundation is like my go-to foundation. If I'm in hurry, I don't know, like I want to do quick makeup, I don't know which foundation to choose. This is the foundation I always rely on or believe in or fully trust, because it is amazing, guys. I can't even stress enough how amazing it is. I randomly started using it for a campaign, for a paid campaign, and then I didn't stop using it. I have like so many shades in it. This is my shade, but brand keeps sending me different shades, but I don't give it away or give it to someone, because I always mix and match and make them use. So this is the shade that I use. 230 is my shade. And actually, guys, no, this is not my shade. I was just showing you a wrong shade. This is my shade. 220 is my shade, but this is just a new one, that's why I'm showing you. This foundation gives so good finish. It blurs out all your pores. It gives you that thin skin-like finish and gives you full coverage. It has buildable coverage, but you really don't need it. I don't need it, but if you want, you can always build the coverage. It also has SPF 22. It is good for normal to oily skin. This actually is a matte finish, so for oily skin it's absolutely good. I don't have oily skin, I have normal skin, combination skin, and this works really good for me. This is so good, guys. If you just want to buy an inexpensive foundation but also want that high-end quality, go for this one. totally I am vouching on this foundation. It actually delivers what it claims. It says matte poreless, and it actually gives you matte poreless finish, guys. You will not find a single pore. You'll find very matte and skin like texture, and very light. It will not feel like cakey foundation also. Absolutely love this. Oh my god. That's all for today, guys. I'll come up with more of this kind of video where I'll share my favorite makeup and skincare products, and also will come up with different kind of video as I've promised, and I'm living up to my promise, I think. So goodbye.